Welcome to Python Loops. In this lesson, you will learn how to repeat actions automatically using Python loops. Loops help solve everyday problems and save time, from counting numbers to processing big lists. You will see real-life examples, smiles and mistakes, and finish with a small project. Let us dive in. Running the cell now. Here is the simplest kind of loop in Python. This is a short comment reminding us what the code is for. The loop will repeat 5 times. Each time, I becomes the next number from 0 to 4. This prints hello each time. You will see a hello printed 5 times. Running the cell now. Try changing the number in range to see more or fewer greetings. Pause and play with it. Let us see the value of the loop variable as it changes. This line explains that the loop counts from 0 up to 1 less than 5. As the loop runs, I goes from 0 to 4. Each time, you see which loop number is running. This is very useful for debugging. Running the cell now. Can you make the loop count from 1 to 5 instead of 0 to 4? Try adjusting the range. Why loops matter? Loops save time. Imagine saying a hello to everyone at your party one by one. With a loop, you write the message only once, and Python repeats it for you. This power helps you work with lists, files, and other data. Running the cell now. Let us greet everyone at our party automatically. This sets up a list of 3 names: Zoe, Ali, Max. These are the people we want to greet. The loop goes through each name in our list, one at a time. It prints a special greeting for each person. Running the cell now. Try changing the names or adding your own in the list. Experience how easy it is to reuse the loop. You can do math in a loop, not just print words. This example shows a list that contains numbers. The numbers are 10, 20, 30, and 40. The loop looks at each number, one by one. For each number, it prints double that number. Useful for quick calculations. Running the cell now. Pause and try multiplying by something else. What happens if you make the list longer? Let us count from any number to another using range. The range now starts at 3 and ends before 7. I will be 3, 4, 5, and 6. You will see each number printed. This works for loops that need special start points. Running the cell now. Try using different start and stop values. This practice will help make loops feel natural. You are not limited to moving by just one number at a time. Here, range starts at 0, stops before 10, and jumps 2 each time. I takes values 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Only even numbers are printed out. Steps are handy for skipping or special patterns. Running the cell now. Change the step value to count by 3s or 4s. Can you make your loop print odd numbers instead? For loops repeat a set number of times, while loops repeat as long as a condition is true. The variable count starts at 1. The while loop runs as long as count is less than or equal to 5. Each time, it prints the current value and then adds 1 to count. The loop stops when count is more than 5. Running the cell now. Try changing the starting value and the loop condition. See if you can make the loop count down instead. Loops let you ask users for information several times. This loop will run 3 times. Each time, it asks for a name and waits for the user to type and press enter. The program then welcomes the person by name. Loops make repeated questions easy and fast. Running the cell now. Try entering different names each time. Practice adjusting how many times the loop repeats. Sometimes you want to leave a loop before it finishes. This loop looks through for snacks. When it finds cookie, it prints a message and stops the loop with break. The loop leaves early when the goal is met. Otherwise, it prints a message that dessert is not here yet. Running the cell now. Can you try changing the special item to something else? Practice what break does. Continue skips only the current run of the loop and jumps to the next. This loop counts from 1 to 5. If the number is 3, it prints a special message and skips printing the number. Continue moves to the next number instead of running more code for 3. The loop handles each number except the one that is skipped. Running the cell now. Try skipping a different number. This is great for filtering, like skipping weekends or missing values. If you forget to change the variable in a while loop, it might run forever. This example starts a while loop that could go forever. The program prints a message, adds 1 to I, and checks if I is too big. If I becomes more than 3, the loop stops to stay safe. Protect against endless loops by planning ways to exit. Running the cell now. Try changing the number that breaks the loop. See what happens if you comment out the break line. Loops can go inside each other to create patterns, tables, or grids. The first loop goes over 3 rows. The second goes over 3 columns inside each row. This prints the row and column number for each spot. It is like filling seats or a grid. Running the cell now. Try making a bigger grid or changing the numbers. Notice the pattern created by nested loops. You can loop through dictionaries to see all keys and values. This sets up a small dictionary holding information about a person. The keys are name, age, and city. The loop visits each key and its value, then prints them out. This makes it easy to inspect or process all the data inside. Running the cell now. Try adding other keys or changing the data. Dictionaries often store user profiles or settings. List comprehensions are shortcuts for loops that make lists with new values. The list numbers contains 1, 2, 3, and 4. The new list of squares stores each number multiplied by itself. This is a fast way to create lists of calculated results. Running the cell now. Try making cubes or other math operations. List comprehensions are powerful for quick changes. Practice prompt. Pause here. Try these challenges. Loop through a list of your favorite foods and print them one at a time. Make a list of numbers, then print only the even ones using a loop. Have fun. Like what you see. Give the video a thumbs up or leave a comment below. Running the cell now. Sorting helps you see items in order, smallest to largest. This is a list with numbers in mixed order. Sorted turns the list into order before looping. Each number is printed out, now in sorted order. Running the cell now. Try reversing the order with sorted numbers, reverse equals true. Loops can filter, doing something only for items that pass a test. This list has animal names of different lengths. The loop checks the length of each word. If the word is longer than 3 letters, it is printed out. This is handy for choosing items that fit certain rules. Running the cell now. Try adjusting the length required or use other rules, like words ending in a certain letter. You can match up items from different lists by using zip in a loop. We have 2 lists, one of colors and one of things. Zip combines the lists one by one for the loop. The loop prints each color with its matching thing. This is common when pairing data. Running the cell now. Try making the lists longer. See what happens if one list is shorter. Loops are perfect for working with school grades or survey numbers. Here is a list of test or quiz scores. We set the starting total to 0. The loop adds each score to the total. At the end, we divide the total by the number of scores to get the average. Knowing how to average with a loop helps in school, sports, and beyond. Running the cell now. Change the scores to your own numbers. Try using a while loop for practice too. Let us build a tiny word counter. This is the type of code used by note-taking apps. The program asks for a whole sentence as input. The split method breaks it up into a list of words. We set count to 0 before the loop. Each time through the loop, we add 1 to count. The final print tells the user how many words they typed. Running the cell now. Try entering a long sentence or just one word. Next, we will make this even more useful. Now let us ask the user which word to count. First, we take a sentence from the user. Then we ask what word to count. The sentence is split into words. The loop checks if each word matches the target word. Every time it matches, count goes up by 1. The result is shown at the end. Running the cell now. Test with a sentence that repeats a word. Try it again with a different target word. Like this mini project? Please subscribe and share the video so more friends can learn together. Sometimes people use upper and lower case. Let us count words in a way that ignores the case. The words are changed to all lowercase first. The word to search for is also made lowercase. This way, cat and cat are counted the same. Small tweaks like this help your code match how people actually type. Running the cell now. Try using mixed case words to see the improvement. Small changes can make your program more friendly. A common mistake is not realizing where a loop starts and ends. The loop runs for I from 0 to 4. It does not print the number 5. There is a comment to help you check your expectation. Always double-check your ranges to avoid missing or extra steps. Running the cell now. Change range 5 to range 1, 6. Does that match what you were imagining? Recap, what did you learn? Loops repeat actions, saving time and effort. For loops and while loops both exist, useful in slightly different ways. You can loop through lists, dictionaries, and even user input. Special words like break and continue change loop behavior. Try building your own loops. Play and experiment. That is the best way to grow. Running the cell now. Thank you for learning with us. If you found this helpful, like the video and subscribe for more fun Python lessons. Leave a comment below sharing your proudest loop or your next coding dream. See you next time. Share this lesson with your friends so we all get better together. Running the cell now.